let's talk about love. I mean, it's the subject of basically every poem, song, and movie ever made, right? It's probably the most powerful thing we humans can experience. But what's really going on? What does it actually do to us? To our minds, what we care about, our whole sense of reality? We're going to explore how love completely reshapes our world. So for our journey today, we're going to be leaning on the really insightful work of Dr. Jasvant Rathod. We'll be using his writing as a kind of roadmap to understand the huge changes that happen when you fall in love. Okay, so let's just dive right in with the big one. On the surface, it seems like a simple question, but the answer, well, it's anything but simple. What does it really, truly mean to be in love? What does it feel like? All right, first up is this really fascinating idea, and it's a total paradox. When you're in love, you enter this state of what Dr. Rathod calls careful carelessness. I know, it sounds like a contradiction, but it actually gets to the very heart of how love just completely reorders your world. So here's how this paradox actually works. All of a sudden, you start becoming kind of careless about all the little worries and daily frustrations that used to take up so much of your brain space. But at the same time, you develop this incredibly intense, focused care for one specific person. Their feelings, their needs, their happiness, that becomes your new North Star. And here's the crucial part. According to our source, this deliberate, unwavering, cautious care, it's not just a side effect of love. It is love. It's the active choice to make another person's world just as important as your own. But you know this shift, it does way more than just shuffle your priorities. It literally builds a whole new reality for you. The world itself actually starts to look and feel completely different. Yeah, we've all heard that saying, love is blind, right? And Shakespeare just nailed it here. But it's not really about ignoring what's in front of you. It suggests that love is a way of seeing that goes much deeper than just the physical. It looks into the mind, into the soul. And this is where things get really interesting. You basically step into what Dr. Rathod calls a metaphysical world. Now, it's not a different planet, but it's a completely different way of seeing this one. Your reality is filtered through this new lens of love, where ordinary things feel magical and the whole world just seems good and beautiful and right. It's a world built for two. And this just deepens that whole idea. Emily Bronte captures that feeling of this profound spiritual oneness. It's not that you're blind to someone's flaws. It's that you see something way, way deeper. A shared spirit, a feeling that your souls are literally made of the same stuff. Okay, so if love isn't just about ignoring imperfections, what's it really about? Well, the next idea is pretty cool. Love is actually the ultimate education. It's a tool for learning, not for ignoring. So when we say a learning tool, what does that even mean? It means love kind of forces you to look at your own biases, your own perceptions. It becomes this whole process of discovering the differences between you and someone else, and then learning not just to put up with those differences, but to actually cherish them as part of who they are. You want to see this in action? Look no further than Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. Elizabeth and Darcy start out totally blinded by their own assumptions. Their whole journey to falling in love is a journey of learning. They have to tear down their pride and their prejudices to see who the other person truly is. It just goes to show real love requires real understanding. And that's really the whole point of all this learning, isn't it? Aristotle's famous line here suggests that by truly understanding and appreciating all your differences, you end up achieving this kind of unity that feels like you're one soul just shared between two people. Okay, this brings us to our last section, and honestly, it might be the most powerful one. Love isn't just about caring or seeing things differently or even learning. At its absolute peak, it becomes something that goes beyond all logic, beyond all reason. I mean, think about this quote from The Notebook. It just captures that feeling so perfectly. You might think of yourself as just an ordinary person, but to the person who loves you, you are the most unique, extraordinary person in the world. And that shared feeling, that's enough. And sometimes that feeling gets, well, it gets cosmic. This line from The Alchemist speaks to that powerful sense of destiny, that feeling that you meeting this person wasn't just random chance, but that the entire universe was somehow working to bring you two together. Which leads to a really simple but crucial truth. Love is not math. You can't put it in a spreadsheet. It doesn't follow logical rules. It's not some equation where you can just plug in variables and get a predictable answer. right? And in love's completely illogical rulebook, concepts like gain and loss, they just don't really apply. When a connection is that deep, the idea of truly losing that person just feels impossible because the bond itself feels like it's permanent. If you want a story that really truly shows this, think about Cecilia Ahern's novel P.S. I Love You. You have a husband whose love and care for his wife literally continue to guide her and help her even after he's gone. It's just proof that a true, deep connection is so strong that not even death can break it. The care just never ends. So, wow, we've gone from a simple shift in what you care about all the way to a connection that seems to defy the universe itself. Love completely transforms us. It creates a new reality, a new way of seeing, a new way of being, which really leaves us with one final thought. If love is truly a world of its own, how are you building yours?